Hey guys, welcome back to some more Super Mario Sunshine. As the game is saying, we should be going to Noka Bay, but we just finished this, so we're not going back. We're going somewhere new.
Why would we go back? There's no point. We still got one more level, and it's all the way up here.
Well, we know what the game's favorite level is.
Yeah, really, because they love the show Noki. So, at this point, we need the rocket nozzle in order to access this world, but you can technically get up here without the rocket nozzle. So this, in theory, can actually be your first world for this reason. But we're leaving until the actual intended point. This is World 7. We're going here for the 7th world.
Unless you're doing it the hard way.
Yeah, so you can actually wall jump off that wall and then use the hover nozzle to actually make it to the top platform, but it's kind of hard to time. So what you want to do is you want to use something called Y-turning, where when you press the Y button to go in this weird over-the-shoulder view, you can still control Mario in the air when that's happening, and you can use that to turn around during a spin jump. The only reason why it was that easy to get up here without using rocket nozzle. Because you're supposed to use rocket nozzle to get here.
This level's kind of weird. You have to go and pretty much wash these chain chomps. These chain chomps have gone berserk, and they're a little hot-headed, so you have to cool them off, and then you have to grab their tail and then shoot them right in the bath so they cool down.
Yeah, this is a weird mission, and it's a little bit of animal cruelty, if you want to be honest. Just drowning these chain chomps just to get them to stop raging.
By the way, the goop that they spawn is really hot, as you can see here.
Yeah, so just like Serena Beach, anytime you see goop, you don't want to touch it because it will hurt you. In this case, instead of being electrified, it's lava. So in this case, it's real. The floor is lava. Also, as you can see, if you let these chain chomps just kind of be on their own after a while, they will reignite themselves, so you gotta be ready to just push them in this pool as fast as possible.
His F.L.U.D. says this is always be kind to your pets, and like by throwing them in the water.
Yeah, like I don't know what you're talking about here, F.L.U.D., because we just committed animal cruelty, so you're a little late on the punch.
Yeah.
Been telling Mario that before he drowned 3 chain chomps.
Poor chain chomps didn't even see him coming.
Nope. So we're going to jump back in, do episode 2, and once we get into it, you'll notice the gimmick of this world, because this one's a little bit different. Pianta Village actually works on a day-night system, so every odd episode is going to be taking place at night, while every even number episode is going to be during the day. And this does actually change up some elements around this whole world.
So we gotta fight, or why do I keep saying fight?
You really just want to punch this guy in the face.
I want to punch this guy in the face. Big old schnoz. Just punch him right in the schnoz. But we gotta basically race him again, and yeah, like Lester's doing, that speed up trick is really useful here. This climbing up the tree segment can get really disorienting for me whenever I get up here, and I tend to fall off quite a bit.
Well, the nice thing about it, we kind of done it every once in a while, but if you do a dive into a slope surface and immediately jump out of it, you just get a lot of momentum running upwards for some reason, which makes this section a lot easier to get up here fast, but your control is more slippery by doing that, and I've had plenty of times where I ran off the tree by just going maybe slightly too right. But yeah, that's the last time we actually raced Piantissimo, so we'll never see you again, Running Man.
Go back to Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, go back there and just keep on cheesing Link out of victory. At least in this game, we can actually win.
Or go into Okami, because there's like 2 or 3 Running Mans in that game.
Yeah, that's true. So this is a very interesting level, because this is the only level in the whole game where they basically treat it like a secret level and take away your F.L.U.D. but you're playing in the actual world itself without F.L.U.D. So our mission is to get that thing back. We need F.L.U.D.
So the way that they want you to do, I'm guessing you're gonna do it the easy way.
Well, cheese way. I wouldn't say this is an easy thing to do. Because in theory, you're supposed to go a very specific route, but you can just walk on this railing and just come up this tree and jump to F.L.U.D. That's one of many ways you can do this mission. This is probably one of the most non-linear missions in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, the way they want you, the way the game wants you to do it is you have to go underneath the village, and you do monkey bar stuff and void a lot of enemies that way, and pop up in the right spot in order to come up to the segment where you can get F.L.U.D. But Lester decided, I'm just screw all that, just walk on the railing over to the tree and jump off right.
Yeah. I mean, that's the intended way, but even then, there's a lot of non-intended ways, too. Like, there's a speedrun strat where they just use damage boosts to kind of just jump around on this lava, which is really dangerous, and I don't recommend doing that. But another thing is, this is actually what I did all the time as a kid, because I honestly didn't know that there was a specific route with the monkey bar strategy under the level. So what I actually did as a kid is that body of water there that's really close to this platform, you can jump into it, and when Mario jumps out of the water, he still retains some of that water on his body and just spreads it on the ground. So I just kept on using the water from the pond to make a path over to where F.L.U.D. was. That works too.
That's kind of weird that it does that.
For the longest time, that was how I played this whole level.
Chain Chomp's bath. Okay, is this Big Chain Chomp?
Yeah, this is the big boy.
This is not Dr. Robotnik's big boy. Again.
Yeah, so during the day, they actually drain the water from the rivers in this area, and they use all that water in their hot spring. That's the only patch of water that's in this whole level, so we need to take this chain chomp over to the hot spring to give it a bath.
What the heck? That poor Chain Chomp. He's just like, he's hot-headed, so he's like, ah.
Yeah. Now, what you're supposed to do in this mission is you're supposed to spray the chain chomp, which will get him calm, and then you can drag him around. But you can just let him kind of run his own path, and you can kind of influence where he goes when you're holding the chain, and he's still upset. But I just kind of recommend letting this guy go on his own until he's close enough to the hot spring. And then you can just start spraying him down.
And then you just drag his butt into the water.
Yeah, you can also ground pound on this ped to keep him in place, too, if you just want to spray him down real easily. But, yeah, that's the whole mission.
Oh gosh, he got trapped underneath him.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened there, but he actually pulled me into the tub with him. He just really wanted to just get me wet, too. And it's a little awkward because I'm inside the chain chomp. If you wonder what the inside of a chain chomp looked like, yeah, it's just this.
Oh my god. He ate you. He ate you.
Well, the good thing there's a gap in his tooth.
Oh my god. That was so weird.
Yeah, I've never had that happen before. I didn't even know he can pull you in the water until that happened. He's just like any other animal. It's like, if I'm gonna get a bath, you're getting a bath too.
So now, we're doing episode 5?
Yeah, this is the most infamous one in the whole game. Everyone remembers this secret level for all the wrong reasons.
We gotta go find Yoshi, and we gotta take him over bottomless pits.
Yep, and this is weird for that reason because this is already hard enough, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Though luckily, getting a fruit for Yoshi isn't that bad because there's this one tree in this level that just has basically every fruit. So we just have to pay attention to what Yoshi needs and just grab what he needs from this tree.
Not bonk.
Yeah, that's preferred. Don't know why he didn't grab the ledge there. It looked like he was lined up for ledge. Now, the worst fruit to get for here is durians, because if you get a durian, you have to kick it all the way over to where Yoshi is. And I've kicked it plenty times over the fence into the pit. It's not fun.
Why they never let you just pick up the darn durian? I will never understand this.
Yeah, if you're allowed to pick up a pineapple, I'm kind of surprised you can't pick up a durian, because they're both pretty spiky fruits.
Ugh, gosh. I hate this one. Because if one wrong move and then you'll die.
Yeah, this is a really nerve-wracking section. You don't have much footing here to work with, so I recommend using spin jumps a lot with Yoshi, because you get a lot more height with doing that, and your floater jumps are more effective because of that. I'm gonna spray this area before jumping over there in case Yoshi doesn't make it. And it looks like that is the case.
That always happens to you. That always happens to you.
This is why you want to spray this thing down before getting over there with Yoshi.
So now we're going to do the secret shine.
So, do you like having just uncontrollable elements in your video game? Well, you're gonna like this level.
This level is everybody's favorite because this one talks about where we learn to talk to people at the right time.
Yeah, so we've actually seen a couple of these kind of Piantas before where you talk to them, they'll just throw Mario. They're called Chucksters, and this level is full of them. We need to use these Chucksters to actually traverse in this level. And if you talk to one of these guys in the wrong spot, they can throw you into death. So be very careful in this level. This is definitely a trial and error level.
Or as Shugga says, screw these guys.
Yeah, no one likes this mission. There is actually a trick you can do in this mission too if you want to correct your movement. So say if this guy's going to throw you in the opposite direction where you want to go. Like if I talk to this guy right now where the camera's facing the opposite direction, if I press the Y button, he would throw me the way I'm looking. So in that case, he wouldn't throw me towards the shine, he would throw me backwards.
I never understood why they decided, let's make a level where we designed about being sociable to the fellow villagers, but you have to do it at the right time, otherwise they'll kill you.
Yeah, I don't understand the concept of that one because no one likes it, and there's a very good reason. It feels like luck half the time. I've had plenty of times where I've talked to a Chuckster, and I'm lined up in the exact same position as a different attempt, and he throws me in a weird way. Like right there at the very end, you could talk at the Chuckster perfectly lined up with the shine, and sometimes I've had him throw me just barely under. So he just throws me into the pit. And it's the same position as what I just did to win, so I don't understand what happens.
I mean, they already want to kill Mario anyway, so maybe they're just taking their chance.
Yeah, they're already mad at Mario. They said, "Oh, you screwed up our island with your graffiti."
Even though it wasn't our fault. At this point, it's kind of obvious.
So now we gotta go and free the villagers from the hot lava.
Yeah.
I don't know how the villagers are still alive.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that these Piantas can have a pretty big tolerance for lava, because normally this kind of thing would kill someone, but here, lava goop doesn't really matter.
Oh, by the way, don't talk to these Piantas if you're not going for blue coins just yet.
Yeah.
Because every one of them gives you a blue coin.
Yeah, most of them here do have blue coins. So, this is an easy area for blue coins for that reason, because about a third of them are just in one mission, and it's just this, which makes this a lot easier on the player. But this is kind of a weird mission, because you have to spray every single one of these Piantas. You don't just have to free them, you also have to clean them up, too. So I just recommend as soon as you free them, clean them right away so you know which ones you've actually taken care of from a distance. They give you enough time for this, but it can still be a little nerve-wracking.
It's everybody's favorite time limit.
Yeah. This is actually a more fan-favorite level now to do IL attempts in the speedrunning scene, individual level runs. For years, this was kind of like a thing that was kind of just done once and forgotten about, but now people seriously grind out like fast times for this whole mission.
What's IO runs?
It's just basically you keep on playing the same level over and over again for the fastest time. And since this level has a timer ticking down, this is one of the better levels to do it with, because whatever that timer stops on, that's your final time.
No! So now we gotta go talk to the villager as he's running back and forth.
I don't know why you're still running in circles, dude. Everyone's freed. You can stop running now.
Maybe he just likes doing it.
Gotta get into my cardio.
It's so stupid that the Piantas blamed you for all the problems that that caused to this island. You know, saying, "Oh, Mario's the reason why the Star Sprites or Star Spirits left, the Shine Sprites left," and
You'll get it one day.
I'm sorry. It's like Mario's the reason why all the Shine Sprites left the island and left our island in darkness, but yet most of them are holding them themselves. So the Piantas are just a bunch of dicks.
Yeah, I still think the worst offender are the raccoons that have 24 of these shines. I don't know why they're not arrested for just embezzlement at that point. Alright, so this is our final time we actually chase down Shadow Mario, so we can finally have a little bit of a different gameplay coming up. Because this one actually is the most unique Shadow Mario out of all of them, because now when Shadow Mario runs, he has a trail of goop following him, and it's the lava goop, so we don't want to get too close to it. But he's still as easy as ever, so just a couple sprays and then he just decides to take a nap.
I don't know why they didn't give him more hit points.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of don't really care for these chase missions because they really serve no purpose. They kind of feel like maybe making them as a boss fight would be more impactful, but nah, just run around the level for like 2 minutes spraying a guy. I'll do that like 6 more times.
So now that you've activated this, because you beat the last Shadow Mario mission in the game, well,
No, just in the level. You gotta do it like 20 more times.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be terrible.
he's actually unlocked the last level. But the thing is, though, Delfino Plaza got flooded.
Yeah, for some reason, they don't really explain much of how this happened. It just kind of gets flooded randomly. So at this point, the only way you can get rid of the flood is to chase down Shadow Mario and go into the level he's going into. But I don't want to do that just yet. So normally you're not able to get back into Pianta Village when this happens. You're supposed to use the rocket nozzle to still get up here, but I've shown how you get up here without the rocket nozzle. We're doing it again. We're not doing this until we beat Pianta Village fully.
Isn't there a glitch you can activate when it's like this?
Yeah, there's a glitch in certain printings of the game that it doesn't really do much, but it's a weird thing. We can show it off later. For now, we have everyone's favorite mission, red coins.
Oh boy.
More red coins.
This is gonna be good.
I actually like this level. This level kind of reminds me of... I used to play on the N64 back in the day. I used to play Bug's Life on N64 a lot. And there's a level in that game where it's basically when you return back from the city, from the movie, and you're trying to gather the pieces. Level, you're basically trying to find the pieces to build the giant mechanical bird from the movie. And it kind of has, this level in particular has the kind of the same feel with all the cotton like flying in the air and everything else. And it kind of has the same feel as that level to me. And that's why I like this level a lot, because it reminds me a lot of the game I used to play when I was a kid. Be careful of the bees.
Yeah, that's one of the worst red coins, because I've had it plenty of times happen where you collect it, and then a bee hits you into the pit, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're probably better off just spraying that beehive down.
Man, this month was really the month of killer bees, apparently.
Not the bees!
Now everybody's predicting June's gonna be like giant spiders or something. With how this year's going so far.
Yeah. So that was the final red coin we collected in those boxes on the ground level, because her last red coin is actually in a really weird spot. So we're going to need the rocket nozzle to get to that. Or I could just, fly up this tree, because this tree has some very weird hit detection with the hover nozzle.
I didn't know you could even do that.
Yeah, I only found that out recently, and that actually kind of makes this upcoming section a little bit easier. Because over there is where the shine spawns, all the way in the distance on some floating clouds. And that is kind of a difficult thing to get to with the rocket nozzle. I feel like with the hover nozzle, it's a little bit safer if you miss your jump to kind of get back over to where that cloud is. So it kind of works out. I can use the hover here. So I'm just kind of waiting around for a gust of wind to push this dandelion over. It's really the only way you can get to this cloud, too. It's kind of strange.
Oh, that nice. Got the nice number.
Yeah, we're not doing the whole I'm climbing back up to that pipe thing again. Every time you reload into Delfino Plaza, until you get rid of the water, you have to watch that cutscene over and over again. So, let's not, please. That cutscene takes forever to play.
So now we got Chucksters. They're doing the Chuckster red coin mission.
Yeah, normally these red coin missions are harder than just doing the secret shines in general, but this is actually the opposite case. I find the red coins much easier than the standard shine. Because you barely have to deal with the Chucksters now you have a hover nozzle.
Yeah. No, there's a couple of Chucksters you still have to deal with, but
Yeah, it's mainly that one I just had to talk to get to this top layer. All the other ones, if you know how to like abuse your spin jumps, you can just kind of bypass them. I don't know why, but sometimes F.L.U.D. does kind of like skips around when it shoots out water when you're using the hover nozzle. I always get paranoid when that happens because I think it's just gonna jam and I'm gonna lose water.
yeah.
Luckily, that's not a mechanic.
Now we got the shine.
And they're kind. They put this one right in the center platform where you don't need a Chuckster. Thank you. The fact that you would have to do this whole mission and then have a Chuckster to throw you at the shine would have been the worst thing.
No. That would have been bad.
Yeah. So for our final one, we only had one secret mission here, so our last shine to collect outside the 100 coin shine is actually just in the level itself, and it's here in episode 8. So watch me use the rocket this time. Show off how this thing works, even though we've seen it plenty of times.
We've only seen Rocket a couple times in this LP so far, so
I mean, it doesn't really show up that often. So, this is actually kind of an interesting shine to get, because here, this platform has a shine on it for a reason. You spray up into the sun, which just materializes this shine in the air. Spray the shine, you get a shine.
I always liked that one too. That was kind of an interesting shine to get.
Yeah, they do the same thing in episode 3 as well, where if you spray up into the moon in an area, it gives you a blue coin. And it's just a really cool idea. It's something I kind of wish they did more often in this game.